Today we're in Lynchburg, Virginia, where we will tour the Old City Cemetery, which was established in 1806 on land donated by John Lynch, the founder of Lynchburg. It is one of the oldest and most historic cemeteries in Virginia, as resting here are veterans from every war, including the American Revolution and more than 2,200 Confederate veterans. Today, the cemetery is operated not only as an active cemetery, but as a historical park. Lynchburg's Old City Cemetery was listed on the National Register of Historic Places in 1973. So now, let's visit Lynchburg's Old City Cemetery. Located just inside the gates of the cemetery is the grave of Henry Norville. Sergeant Norville is one of 5 veterans of the American Revolutionary War that are resting here in the cemetery. During the American Revolution, he was a member of the 15th Virginia Infantry, and following the war, Sergeant Norville received a land grant and a war pension of $8 a month. He moved to Lynchburg, Virginia, where he lived out his remaining years. Sergeant Henry Norville died on February 20th, 1847. Two of the more notable graves in the cemetery is that of Agnes and Lizzy Langley, a mother and daughter who for years operated one of the more popular sporting houses on Commerce Street in Lynchburg. The Langley's establishment was probably the most popular of the city's many sporting houses. Also located in the oldest section of the cemetery is the grave of one of Lynchburg's most popular citizens, Blind Billy. Billy was a former slave and popular street musician who ended up playing for the richest of the rich. Blind Billy was so popular that the citizens of Lynchburg purchased his freedom, and he died a free man in 1856 at the age of 50. My next stop is at the Confederate section of the Old City Cemetery. Resting here are more than 2,200 Confederate veterans from all 14 Confederate states. We enter the Confederate portion of the cemetery through the Confederate Memorial Arch. Civil War, Lynchburg was a hospital center for the Confederacy. In addition to the soldiers who were treated here for their wounds, they were also treated for smallpox, which was a common disease during the war. Many of the veterans that are buried here died of smallpox. This small monument stands in their memory. The cemetery's Confederate Monument sits atop a small knoll overlooking the graves of the veterans who rest here. The monument is dedicated to the soldiers from the 14 Confederate states who rest in eternal sleep. Located on the west side of the cemetery and adjacent to the railroad tracks is Stapleton Station. This C&O railroad station originally stood at Stapleton in rural Amherst County. It was built in 1898 and was in operation until 1937. Later, this building was moved from its original location and reassembled here. Today, the station stands as tribute to Lynchburg's rich railroad history. This concludes my tour of Lynchburg's Old City Cemetery. I hope you've enjoyed our visit to one of Central Virginia's most historic and beautiful cemeteries. So until next time, so long everyone, and thanks for watching.